3 months ago, I melted a piston on my tow truck. Then I proceeded to buy a burn dump truck to pull the engine out and put it in here. But that sounds like a lot of work. So I came up with plan B. These are the cheapest Amazon pistons you can buy. The whole set was 200 bucks. Can we slap them in with zero professional machine work and have a running tow truck again? Let's find out. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this, I want to assure you guys that these are the cheapest pistons I could buy. The packaging is so terrible, they didn't even seclude the wrist pins. And as a result, we have 4 broken rings and only 2 that survived. Now, the rings that are broken are the oil control rings. All the compression rings look good. This one piston seems to have got it the worst, even though it's barely cracked. It took a wrist pin hit right there. And that ring is kind of seized, so you can see where it's damaged. But not to worry, that is a problem for future Colin. So current Colin is gonna drop the oil pan and shove some pistons out. Honestly, I don't know if this will work. I think it probably will, so that's why we're going for it. On a real note, if you really think about it, the 12-valve Cummins is a tractor engine. These things are meant to be repaired in the field and get your machine up and running again. That being said, it might not go well, but what's the harm in trying? I lose 200 bucks on pistons, all good. So I pulled this thing apart 3 months ago and have not touched it. And it's been in the rain and elements because I just haven't been worried about it. So yeah, she's looking a little more rough, we'll say. But not to worry. This is not the professional machining channel. This is the let's slap some shit together and see if it works channel. I never would normally attempt this, but it's 2-wheel drive. So, as far as I can tell, okay, never mind. I did no research before. I didn't even look under here. This is gonna suck. This cross member is not gonna make it fun. But once again, this is not the do any research channel. This is the just send it channel. So I might have to unbolt the motor mounts and lift the motor a little bit. I'm not too sure. Let's just go for it. If anything, I want this to be a lesson to all of you. Overthinking some things will kill a project. Sometimes you just got to get down and dirty and get stuff done. It's nice and cold out here. We still got snow on the ground, but let's get the pistons out. Yeah, so that's where the barring tool goes. I pulled the starter for no reason, but I've never worked on one of these before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing stuff. Well, here's our first look at our piston, and it doesn't look good, but we knew that. We could see that from the top and the cylinder wall. The bearing fell off, it stuck to the crank, so I pulled it out, and this is where stuff turns really not good. That has me worried. I'm not running this bearing like I had planned on. So that puts me in a situation where I need to pause and go figure out where to find bearings to put this thing back together. I was also considering just putting one piston in it, because like this is already the worst work you can imagine. I don't know. I would like to find bearings and rings so I can run all 6 pistons. If I can't find rings, I have to run 4 old oil control rings. So I'm like, at that point, why even bother changing the pistons? But if the pistons have any variance in dish or something like that, it might idle weird. So I need to go hunt for bearings, most importantly, and go from there. All right, I called O'Reilly's and was able to get Cleveite rod bearings, like $12 per set. So I got 6 of those, so we'll do all 6. So that means I got to go pull the other 5 rods, inspect. The rings were $50 a set, so 4 broken sets, it would have been $200 in rings. I'm just gonna reuse the old oil rings. I do have a little time to order the rings, because it's only like $320 right now, so I'm gonna go pull out the other 5 pistons, inspect them, and make a decision from there. I decided to run down to Napa and see if they can get me anything sooner. Also, the Subaru is freaking awesome. Kind of want to keep it. Just like I kind of want to keep all my cars. But I should probably sell it. I'm a hoarder. 5.9 Cummins.
The Cummins?
Yeah. And rod bearings if you have rod bearings too.
I'm not going to have anything in stock.
Okay, let's see how soon you can get everything.
And you just want standard?
Standard, yeah. It's currently Friday, right after Thanksgiving, and Napa can't have them till Tuesday. So that's a no-go. We're gonna reuse piston rings and just replace rod bearings. I'll post a clip of the tow truck when I used to fire it up. It used to take a second to get oil pressure, and it used to really make a knocky sound. So I think the bearings were bad. And I also ran it out of oil like twice, because it just used so much oil. I think that piston was roached before. So back to the house, pull the other 5 pistons, and swap the piston rings and see if that will work. And if it will, we're good for new bearings in the morning and slap it back together. Let's get these pistons out. Well, this is good and bad news. I mean, good. It's whatever. All the pistons look good besides number 1 that got roasted. The bad news part is the rod bearings. It looks like we are seeing copper on all the upper halves. Now the top half takes all the load with the compression going down, so that's the side that wears. The bottom half just has to pull the piston down. Does that make sense? See, the top half pushes it up, bottom half pulls it down, but it's being forced by compression. So I guess on the exhaust stroke, the bottom half has to just pull it down. So I almost never see the bottom halves go out unless you spin a bearing. But this was very close to knocking. I think it was knocking. And it sounded like that every time I cold started it, and it took a few seconds to get oil pressure. So I'm confident this thing was running in terrible condition for the entire 12 to 14,000 miles I put on it. I have gone ahead and removed this oil control ring. And I brought it over here, measured it, made sure everything was the same, stuck it on the piston, and it's good to go. All in all, I should be able to get this thing running tomorrow. We'll just see for how long. As of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the compression rings where the grooves got hit. So lightly file them, just get the rings all in operating order. Transfer the pistons to the rods, lower the engine back down, clean up all the tools that are everywhere, and get ready for tomorrow where I will hone the cylinders and then slap them together. And for honing, we're using just like one of these. I personally like the stone one because it tries to straighten the cylinders and it will exaggerate pressure on the high spots and not touch the low spots. This one is wrecked from smashing it into webbing on Subarus. So when I'm picking up the rod bearings, I'll pick up a new hone. Lots of prep to do, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, we are back today, and we have new rod bearings. All the pistons fixed from the dings. All the broken oil control rings replaced. And all in all, we're in great shape, I think. We're hoping. I don't know where my ball mic went, so I don't have that. I only have my normal mic, but check this out. When you're rough miking stuff, you don't really need to pay attention to measurements, just differences. As you can see, we're at like 6.5, maybe 6.25. Now, if we take a look at the old bearings where we're seeing copper, we're at like 5. So we're down 1/1025 on all the upper portions of the rod bearings. That's not extremely terrible. It's not good, but I'm very happy with, the decision to get new bearings. There was no way I was going to put those ones back in. I did also run to a lot of stores yesterday. I went to Harbor Freight, got a new hone, and while I was there, a new piston ring compressor just in case I need it. Ace Hardware, Lowe's, and Home Depot to get exhaust bolts since none of them had enough, but I got all of them now. And then Walmart was the big one as I needed coolant, oil, RTV, and a battery. But I was driving by Steven's house, so I decided to stop and give him a hug, and we ended up going to Walmart together and didn't realize it was Black Friday. Ended up spending a lot more money than I intended. But we had a great time, and really that's all that matters. Should lock your door, dog. Someone might come take advantage of you.
What's up, boys?
Fortnite?
Yes, sir.
Fucking gamer. What's up, boy? I was just driving by.
I thought that was crazy.
I was just driving by, so I came to give you a hug.
Decided to come on the trip. Why does it like a top hat?
Load that shit in the cart. Yo, bro, it doesn't fit in the cart.
I don't even drink coffee. It's just for the bitches when they come over.
Oh!
Probably what it said. Oh, you didn't even tighten it right.
That's probably why it flew out of there. Let's try that again now that this is all clean. You put it in this time. Bro, we are making such a mess.
Okay, that's good.
Let's get it.
I still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Let's
That
go.
looks good.
Here, try it.
Fuck, man.
Oh, fuck. It's hot. What? Good? Bad?
Ah, dude, I need like sugar in that bitch.
Nah, bro. Sugar and coffee's gross.
Maybe I'm just.
Dude, that's really good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, $50 Black Friday special machine. Shit, man, I might go pick one up. It is really good.
I asked the lady at the register how much it was before the store, and she said C.
Sounds about New Mexico. See. Should I go back to Walmart right now and buy one, dude? They're all gonna be gone tomorrow.
They are.
Dude, oh wait, Walmart closes at 11, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's 10:58, bro.
You have that one.
Huh? I don't want that one. I want that one.
You got this one, $50.
You have it, bro.
You want it? Happy birthday.
Hey, bro, Steven, you're not fat anymore. 11 p.m. coffee, brother. I don't like sugar. You know that, right? Okay, that's pretty good. He bought this for the ladies, so the ladies would like that.
Not ladies, bitches.
The hoes. All right, well, it's been a solid 2 hours of fucking around when I should have been changing some pistons. So at least I won't be able to sleep till like 3 in the morning. So I got time.
Came out pretty good.
It does need a little sugar. Yours was good. Thanks for the coffee.
Of course, man. Love you.
Love you too.
That's it. Thanks for when you go home.
I just went ahead and set the motor down. It kind of missed the motor mount on this side, so it's kind of falling. I decided to not really care since it's making us have a little more room to hone this back cylinder. So now we're gonna hone this. So I've honed the absolute crap out of this and it still looks very bad. I still got a snake back there and hit number 6. It's tough getting back there with the cowl. I can't find the Sawzall or I would just cut the cowl out of my way because I don't care. It's a 2nd gen Dodge. Anyway, back to the point. I'm trying to decide whether it's better to have blow-by or to have a loose piston, aka whether I should stop honing it or whether I should keep going till all those ridges are gone. I'm personally leaning toward loose piston. Might have a little piston rattle. Might explode the piston. I don't know. This thing needed to be bored. But we're not doing that. Gonna spend a few more minutes, get number 6, and work on this one just a little more. And then we will move on to piston installation. We're at the point of sending it. I honed it a bit more. Those are not coming out. This thing needs to be bored. I barely could reach number 6, but you know, we're just not gonna worry about it. Let's put some pistons in. piston is in. There's a lot of work, so I'm gonna slide all 6 in, get them torqued up. Have it done like that. Pistons are in. Diesels. It was great. It was a great time. I enjoyed it so much. That sucked. I hated it. Every second of it. Oh. Now, it is approaching sundown, and it's only like 4 p.m. I have a lot of work left to do. So I'm just going to get to it and see you guys tomorrow. We're at the point where I got to just put the pan on. I'm going to reseal the pickup because it wasn't gaining oil pressure for 10 seconds when I started it. I want to make sure that seal's good so it's really picking up oil. And then I got to slap the head on. And I might have left that in the driveway for 2 months, getting rained and snowed on. So, I mean, it doesn't actually look that bad unless you look underneath it. Because it really then looks bad, but that's why we're just not going to look underneath it. And I'm going to wire wheel it and put it back on. So, let me button this thing up. I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, guys, we are super close. I just need to put the intake on and change, but I'm waiting to change the oil filter. Now, that is a Fram Tough Guard. On the Subaru video, everybody was saying I shouldn't use a Fram oil filter, so I went ahead and bought another Fram oil filter. So I'm gonna change that, put the intake on, put coolant in it and oil. Then we can bleed the injectors and see if it will run. Now, if the motor blows, we'll just blame the Fram filter. Now I gotta crank over the motor till we get diesel coming out of these lines. Right now they're loose so that the air can bleed out. All right, we got fuel on. 1, 2, 3. So now we can tighten the lines up. I think this thing's about to kick. Don't see fuel on any of the back 3, but the lines are longer, so let's crank it a little more. So we got everything besides 6. It's gonna run as soon as I tighten these 3. I really thought it would go. I'm gonna hook up the battery charger and give it 20 minutes to charge. The only conclusion I can come to is there's more air in the lines, so I'm cracking them loose again. Get more fuel coming out of here. Because it wanted to kick a couple times and now it doesn't. All right, well, this thing won't start. I've melted 2 jump packs. The plug wasn't in one all the way and it melted and now it won't come out and it won't transfer voltage. So that's good. 1 locathor down. And yeah, it just doesn't want to start. And it's kind of reminding me of the skid steer. It kind of feels like it has lower compression. And here's a red flag. When I was adjusting the valves, there was a lot of slop in each one of them. So I feel like the head gasket was thicker and I'm wondering if that could have happened with the skid steer as well, and both of them are low on compression because of thicker head gaskets, and that's why they won't start. I didn't measure the head gasket when it was out. I do have the old head gasket right here though, and just a rough measurement is saying like 54 thousandths. Here, 60 thousandths. So 56. So the old head gasket is 55 to 60 thousandths. I'm not seeing a spot in here to measure the current one. Actually, maybe right there. No, I'm not too sure. I'm at a loss right now, but that is the name of the game, and that's why I should have just bought an engine. But this was a risk, and I don't think it's the pistons. I think it's a compression issue. Actually, so it could be the pistons. Comment your thoughts below. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, because I'm no diesel mechanic. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully in the next video, this thing will actually run. Don't forget to subscribe. Take a bite, girl. Don't just lick it.